Hey, this is Diane from Teach Pre-K, and I'm going to show you just a little peek into my week of Space Week. I'm trying to film this fast because everyone's going to be coming to school, and I've actually got to get my chairs down, get my room set up, so I'm kind of half in, half out here, but I'll let you know what's going on. Okay, I'm going to start here with my magnet board. I got all these space magnets at the Target dollar spot a few years ago. So there's that. I've got space books in my little reading corner. I always keep some things from previous themes out because I know the kids love dinosaurs. Here's my pocket chart vocabulary in my pocket chart tent. Over at my block table, I have space shuttles and rovers with astronauts and magnetiles. Okay, this is my space station dramatic play center. Welcome to the space station. And I've got all these fun signs, astronaut suits, old keyboards, anything that seemed like it would be fun to play in a spaceway, these discovery tubes. I love this one because we talk about gravity, and this really shows how gravity works. Old calculators, lots of signage and environmental print. I've got a bunting sign, little space lab, posters of the planets, more space vocabulary here. I've got coloring sheets of astronauts and space things in my writing center. My alphabet wall now has, every letter has space vocabulary relating to that letter. I've got a really fun sensory bin with kinetic sand, astronauts, and spaceships. I'm gonna take you over here. R is my letter of the week, so I've got my anchor charts, my beginning sound flip cards, my letter R. Hey, I'm back, and it's actually Tuesday. I went so fast through my center activities of the week that I wanted to refilm so you could see what I am actually doing. So I'm going to go through it all a little bit slower. Of course, I have all these activities in my drawers labeled Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, so that everyone knows what to do. If a sub comes, they know to go to that drawer. My aides know to go to that drawer. So we are all set. So I will show you what I'm doing this week for space. Okay, so Monday, we made name rockets. This is just my example. We used 9 by 18 or 12 by 18 paper because the kids just have longer names than ME. So, but this is just an example. So we've had the nose cone, one little square for each letter. I let them use chalk to make planet and stars, which was just fun because it's different from what we normally do with markers and crayons. And then our letter of the week is R. So we could color in R's for rocket. The kids actually loved it, had such a great time. Today's Tuesday, so one thing that I'm doing today is I'm going to read this book about gravity. It's awesome for young children. It's by Jason Chin. I got it from Scholastic. What I did a few years ago, because I have this little half carpeted wall, is you can see this is like filthy Velcro on it, but I had PVC pipe cut at Home Depot and they gave me a teacher rate. I paid hardly anything for this. And we are going to Velcro these tubes onto the wall and use these bouncy balls and try to kind of make like a ball maze and use gravity. We're going to understand by the time I read the book, gravity, and we see some astronaut videos about astronauts in space with zero gravity, and they're so awesome. We are going to remember that you've got to point the tubes down because that's where gravity is going to take everything anyway if you want it to go to the next tube below it. It's really interesting watching the kids do that. Another center I'm going to do, we're going to make planets. So how I make this gorgeous planet is I have a circle like this, and I squeeze fluorescent color paints that I have in squeeze bottles on. We cover it with plastic. The kids manipulate it, and they just make these beautiful planets. At the same time, we take pictures of them in spacesuits. So that's another center. I'll probably do that one tomorrow or Thursday. Once these are dry, we cut out the pictures of the kids in the spacesuit doing little poses, and we put it on the planet and put it out in our bulletin board. A math center that I'm doing today are these little rocket mats. So we've got the number 5. I have a bunch of these star mini erasers in lots of colors. And yeah, so they count out 5 on this mat, and that's what we do. So that's what we're doing today, Tuesday. On Wednesday, I have also got some centers. One are these little uppercase, lowercase match cards. And then as an extra little thing, we've got a beginning sound picture in the middle. So B is for B, S is for star. I've got every letter of the alphabet. I might just use for my younger class the letters that we've learned this year so far in letter of the week. Or I might use all of them. A lot of times I use my rug too, which has the letters all around it. So I'll put half of it there, like the uppercase there, and give the kids the lowercase to go match up around the rug. They actually really love it because it's active. We're not just sitting in a chair. Super fun. One other thing I might do today, Wednesday, or I might save this for Thursdays, I've got these little counting rockets that I just made myself. So for pre-K, I've got all these dots in each section that add up to 20, and we just put star stickers on these little dots. And for preschool, my 3-4s, we will do 10, and there's 10 dots on those. So it's just a little fine motor and counting numeral recognition activity. Then on Thursday, since I think that's the day I'm going to take pictures of the kids in the spacesuits, we are going to make these paper plate astronaut helmets. What it is it's a paper plate. I give each kid a paper plate, put out crayons, colored pencils, or markers, give them a mirror. They draw their self-portrait on the first plate. I cut out like this face shield shape on the other one and some little black circles. We cover it with that so it looks like an astronaut helmet, and then write like astronaut Susie or whatever. Another thing I've got is I have a stacking count. So I use Unifix cubes. You'd put 1 here, stack 2 here, 3 here, 4 here, 5 here. And then I should have, and I've got through 10 for pre-K. So it's another numeral recognition, counting, one-to-one correspondence, plus fine motor with using the Unifix cubes. So that is another activity that I'm going to do. So then on Friday, we'll probably do a journal page. We won't do my favorite planet yet because I'm going to save that for next week when we've learned more about planets. But I think I've got to make up a new page called What I Like About Space, my favorite thing about space. So it could be rocket ships, astronauts, whatever. But another thing that we'll do is we'll make these solar systems, which are beautiful. This one's got a rocket on it. And I think he tried to write something on this. This is actually a child's. This is another one I've made for an example. So I have different color circles cut out. I'm going to need to definitely cut more. We put them on a dark blue paper, and then I just let the kids swirl liquid glue around, and then they just shake glitter on a tray, just some silver glitter. And it just makes it really beautiful. And then I've got all the silver glitter on that tray. I save it, I pour it back in the bottle for the next kids. So I'm not wasting a ton of glitter. The kids really get to do every part of this. They love it. Kids can get really creative in pre-K making their planets. I bring planet books over and let them look at what the planets really look like. Some kids are just super precocious and make the entire universe, the actual mapped out solar system. It's amazing because they love space. But I'm going to take you over here to another activity that I might choose to do on one of these days and substitute out is I've just cut out a bunch of different shapes, and I kind of collect the shapes that I've cut out during the year, and we just make little shape robots. So here's one example and another example, and it's just really fun to just put out a bunch of different color shapes, some markers, glue sticks, and just let the kids invent their own shape robot, and they absolutely love doing this activity. So this kind of incorporates a little bit of math in with our art, and I always love to do that. Like the name rockets did a little bit of art in with some literacy. it's just great to combine anything that you can. And of course, there's so many standards that we're hitting with every single one of these activities. And, you know, these are just great. I do have like examples and all of these printable activities in my space theme activities for preschool and pre-K. And I'll leave a link for my TPT shop and for Teachers Pay Teachers if you are interested. I also have the space alphabet in my TPT shop and my space station in both my TPK shop on my website and Teachers Pay Teachers. So I'll leave links for everything for you guys, but just a few examples of what you can do to make your space week just incredible and fun. But that's a peek into this week, and hopefully I'll have a little bit more at the end of the day. I just really have to hurry and get stuff done.